Let's see. Hello, everybody. Happy to be with you all again. We'll give people 5-10 minutes to see that we're live in case they want to join. But welcome to the Christian Witnesses of Jah live discussion number 46. We meet almost every Saturday. So unless something comes up or I take a break, we meet every Saturday around this time. Sometimes the time will vary. And we meet to discuss primarily our three primary beliefs. One God the Father, Jesus is our sent forth Savior, and the golden rule, treat each other, love each other, the way we want to be treated and loved. All right, let's see here. So we try to highlight those three things, in various ways. And one of those is through different series of studies of subjects in the Bible. And one of those series subjects has been about the angels of God in the Bible. And while we've done other, individual videos, I've done videos about angels and texts related to angels. What I'm talking about now is like a multi-part series. It's part of this Christian Witnesses of Jah series, where we, for example, went through the entire book of Zechariah and looked at every single text that talked about God's angels. We did the same thing for the book of Genesis. Starting in this series, or with this video, will be the series on the angels of Jah in Exodus. So we'll do the same thing. We're going to look at every single text that either explicitly or by relation to another text that deals with the same events and people in the text of the book we're reading, that we can use to explain who's there and what's going on. So sometimes in a text in the Old Testament, it'll say, for example, related to this subject series, that God said this or that. But then in other texts, it'll say it was an angel, or, it sometimes will say an angel, sometimes it'll say the angel of Jehovah. But they're all angels. There's no difference among the angels except the archangel, or other differences that aren't made explicit to us. But when they're all referred to together in the Bible, the biblical teaching, as we'll get to in a moment, is that all angels of God are ministering spirits. They're individual spirits, gods. They're referred to as angels, gods, spirits, all throughout the Bible. So we look at these texts not only to get information about these angels, these spirits that serve God, that the same book I just referenced, Hebrews chapter 1, I have multiple videos about it, and we'll talk about it more in a minute. Also in that same chapter 1, but verse 7 says, his angels are made spirits. He uses the Greek verb poieo, which means to create or make. They're not appointed spirits. Sometimes poieo can mean appoint, but it has to be proper usage. As you're going to see in a moment, there are individuals like Sam Shamoon who have no clue about context, word usage, translation. Oh, you just wait. You're in for a real treat in this opening segment. We'll spend the first 10 or 15, maybe 20 minutes. Sometimes we have an intro even longer than that sometimes. I don't think I need to, though, because I'm going to deal with apart from Sam's videos that are part of our whole ongoing video debate series, if you want to call it that. I'm going to play you a clip from that where you're going to see this is over, right? But, you need to see it, so I'll wait and kind of save it. But Sam also today, in his part 5, he went crazy, right? He attacked me in so many ways. He attacked the Muslims and their God. I have Sam's people coming over saying, oh, you're attacking. hey, if you're with Sam, you're fair game at this point. You guys are crazy. Sam's off the chain, and he has been. This is not really new. That's why I kind of went with it. I knew he would be like this, and it would be a catastrophe for him and hard to just, appreciate, because he's not really he's the highest level apologist, right? He's very clever and wily, has a lot of experience, like I've said. In fact, in my 8-hour plus video, I spoke very highly of him, and I think as high ways as I can for what I know of Sam, but certainly in ways that I think are positive. And then I just dealt with him, right? See, the difference between me and Sam is, and as I'm going to explain more in a moment, he's not responding to me. I even have his commenters coming over, oh, he just did a 2-hour video destroying your 8.5-hour video. Well, did you know that he hasn't even watched my 8.5-hour video? So how could he have even begun to destroy it, right? You guys are really, really gone. And I'm sorry that that's the case, some of you. I think some of you know exactly what you're doing and don't care. I'm going to show you. I mean, one of Sam's followers came to my channel and basically just admitted he lied, right? He said he saw, I watched your first 30 minutes and I didn't see anything impressive. And then I probed him a little bit and he admitted he didn't even watch it. So we have people who follow Sam, who like Sam, just blatantly lie, right? I mean, this is why we got to be careful, as we know, and I already talked about this. I have videos explaining why this is happening and what we're going to do. So in that light, right? So just be prepared that, they're not going to listen. We're going to do this, right? This is all the way to the end, and it's over already, but I'm hoping William Albrecht, Sam's friend, or anybody at this point, I'll take anybody's help to try to get Sam back in the ring, I did not expect this. I thought Sam would kind of hang in there for a couple months and we'd go back and forth, and I knew eventually he would collapse, because I know Sam and I know he knows he's wrong and he knows he cannot deal with me. That's why he does all this other stuff and he's gone crazy again. But that's okay. See, I'm the right person for Sam, and he knows that too. And so I realized, it's probably a lot like the way the dragon felt after Michael knocked him out of heaven, right? Could you imagine how that felt when the dragon just got boom, bam, right? Down he goes. That's what happened, I think, with Sam. I do. I did not believe Sam would publicly admit he hasn't even watched my video. Now, we caught him, right? We caught him in my 8-hour plus video, Christian Witnesses of Jah Live, number 46. We're going to get to our series subject in about 15, 20 minutes. We're going to talk a little Sam, though, a little bonus. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow also we'll be back, Read and Refute series, Bible and Trinity Conflict 2.2. Total destruction of Athanasius on the incarnation. Sam has also not responded. Heretical hero, gone, right? And now Sam is like, we got to get him back in the ring at this point. William, this is my public appeal to William, anybody, right? Can you talk to Sam and explain that this makes you guys not only look bad, but if he doesn't get back in the ring and start responding to my videos, or at least he needs to show proof he's watched them, William, because I am demonstrating that I'm watching them with everybody live, William. Okay? And I'm letting Sam present everything and just reacting to it. So why can't Sam do that? Why is Sam, like I'm going to show you in a moment, I'm sure you saw it, why is Sam responding to me, but he hasn't actually heard or watched my video? Someone else told him about Judges 13, my use of that in my 8 hour plus video. And he's going to respond to me because of what the person who watched that part of my video told him. You know, as I said, I did not expect this kind of flame out, right? We all know Sam overshoots his case. I explained that before. We all know that's no big surprise. We all know he can't stop lying and blustering, and his antics, and he's basically yelling at me his entire videos, And I don't care. I've accepted it. The problem is he acts like the second you even try to hold Sam accountable, he breaks down. I honestly don't think now that I've seen that he's responding to me, but he hasn't even watched me, and we all caught him live during my video. It was 2 a.m. in the morning, California time. So my primary audience would have all been asleep, East Coast, West Coast. Sam's crazy. Or in the middle of their workday in Europe, probably. Now, Sam, he did his own live stream while I was doing my video instead of actually watching me, right? Like a normal person in a debate. You should have been sitting there, Sam, even with someone, if you didn't want to be alone and cowarding and pathetic as I'm destroying your arguments. If you needed someone to reinforce you while it's happening because you can't handle it, well, then you should have been there with your students and said, let's listen to Greg, and then we'll collectively, analyze and write down where he's wrong. And then I'll do a video and I'll respond to him. And we'll bring Greg up and we'll play that clip where we all saw he was wrong, and then I'll respond to him. No, we don't even get that. We don't even get you watching it, right? I'm literally the only participant here. And so that's not going to work, William. Sam actually has to participate. Okay, he agreed that we would do a video exchange, which is the best thing at this point. If you think Sam can handle a debate, I doubt it. But if he can't even do this, there's no way, right? He literally has control of the environment. He can I'm giving him tons of material. Why is Sam so bothered by me doing an 8.5 hour plus response, totally destroying a complete video of his, when elsewhere he praises Perry Robinson for doing a 5+ hour video? Oh, so the length matters here, but not there. No, really, Sam, that's all it is, because you didn't even watch it. You wouldn't be able to critique it in any other way. Then it's too long for you to deal with, let alone the content, right? I don't think Sam could handle it. I think Sam at this point he's so insecure, right? Look at how insecure he is when I just do a 10-minute video, which set this whole thing off. He freaked out. Now he's going berserk because he sees that I've only taken one shot, Sam. Okay, since we formally said, okay, let's do this. It's back on, and we'll just try to keep it a little bit better. Now he's crying victim. I mean, this is the biggest victimizer of all time, certainly religious, and maybe just period, Sam, okay? You not only attack your opponent and everyone who disagrees with you, but their mothers. And so it's almost hard to imagine how this could be happening. But I think Sam he has emotional development issues, and so he's very reactive, and he's not fit for this. Dr. White is correct on that. Anyone can see that. Sam is knowledgeable. He's definitely the best arguer for the Trinitarians. But that's like saying who's the best arguer for flat Earth, right? Who's the best arguer for creation ex nihilo, right? You're like, who's the stupidest person out there? So we get Sam totally wrecking himself. Everyone who saw that 8.5 hour plus video I did, and I rewatched it because I like to see, how it came out. And there was a section like near the end of the 4th hour where there was like about 9 minutes that I had it on mute and you couldn't hear me. So there was nothing there, just me talking. You couldn't hear me. And then right after I said I'd go back and delete it. So I did that. I left the part in where I said I was going to go back and delete it. So right there's where it was just that part that was muted. And so in doing that, though, it was so clear to me that there's no way Sam is going to be able to do this. I saw this before. Remember when I did that other 8.5 hour plus video? But that was part of a more aggressive back and forth with these guys. And Sam, you lost already. Okay, it's documented. I have your emails. I have your community posts. Everybody saw it. You came and challenged me. Someone came to my board. I have all the posts, everything. Everyone knows this. Someone came and said, hey, why aren't you debating Sam? I said, I've offered. He won't do it. And Sam had never sent me an email asking me to do a debate. And this guy was insistent, like calling me a liar in a way that it kind of hurt, because the guy was sincerely deceived by Sam that I was avoiding him, that Sam had actually he reached out and emailed and said, hey, I want to debate you. Let's debate. And that I refused. The guy was totally committed. And then he went to Sam, and Sam realized he didn't have an email that showed that. And so he sent me one. And so we had this little exchange, and I just did a total annihilation of one of his full videos. See, unlike Sam, I actually watch him, and then I let you see what I saw. So it's not like me just pretending I watched him or making stuff up that he didn't really say, so it's so hard for you to figure out what's going on, you'll never do it. That's what the losers do. They're so insecure and pathetic. They have to deceive the people they already want to hear that their belief is good, So anyway, this is not something that I think can't be repaired, but for Sam not even to watch it, right? That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for someone so let me just finish that. So that earlier one, I was talking about the first 8.5 hour one where Sam and this guy in the whole debate thing. So Sam then emailed me and we exchanged. And I said, okay, fine. I will debate you. And Sam is not, the only problem with Sam is I don't think he could do it. I don't think he could contain himself. But let's just assume he could. So I knew he wouldn't go through with it anyway, and he won't. And so either way, I had just done this video destroying his video. Okay, my 8.5 hour plus video, not this last one, an earlier one, like 6-8 months ago, around the time of that Zechariah series. I said, fine, Sam. I just did a video destroying numerous of your arguments from the Greek text, all kinds of stuff, New Testament introductions, all kinds of stuff. Sharp's rule, I'll get to that in a minute, all kinds of stuff. I said, why don't you go through it and summarize my main points? And then we'll debate them. And he refused. He backed out. He chickened out. He lost. He bullied his way all the way through. I gave him a simple thing totally related to our active debate or discussion through these arguments online and said, I just responded to you. So you got to respond to me anyway. So tell me which main points from my video that I just did you want to debate. It was so simple and basic. And he freaked out and melted down and said, okay, I'm never going to bring you up again. Oh yeah, we all saw it. Community posts, emails, we all have it. So Sam can lie all he wants because that's all he can do. He's dragging stuff, everybody. He keeps objecting to that, and yet we know we've hit a sore spot, right? And all the lying he does, he'd have to be, we'll get to it. So either way, he started lying. And then he said, when I pushed to that point, okay, summarize it, we'll debate. He said, okay, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. I'm a pervert, and I don't have the patience to go through a video that totally exposed me for being a Bible pervert. I'd rather just back out and not answer you, which is exactly what he did. So he said, I'm not going to bring you up again. I don't want to deal with you anymore. And I said, okay, fine. You're not going to bring me up anymore. I won't bring you up anymore. And just so we can kind of move on, and I don't have to keep dealing with people seeing these videos I'm doing about you, I'll delete most of them or the ones that feature you. And I'll just leave things I've done in other videos that don't feature you, but that represent my views. No agreement on no reference or discussion, but that there wouldn't be this kind of aggressive featuring attack like we had been doing. Then I clip a little 10-minute video. He sees it and freaks out. And then now here we are, right back where we were. Sam gets another 8.5 hours. Total destruction of an entire video where I allowed him to speak and say whatever he had to say in response to me in his video. And I responded to it. And so everyone can then just compare both and see who's lying. I watched my 8.5 hour video. I understand. I don't think Sam or anyone. In fact, I'll just open it up to anyone. I think Sam might be finished unless William can motivate him to suck it up, right? And just prove to everyone that you've watched the video. So sit down there, Sam, in your kitchen and bring me up like I do you. Put yourself in a little box or side by side, but we have to see you, right? You're disappearing far too often in your videos, Sam, and we can't figure out why. You're clearly researching or doing something, and I'm not. I don't do that. I don't have to do that. You do. So can you at least bring me up and let people hear me? Because Sam will do a competing live stream to keep his people from me. Whereas I show myself subscribing to Sam, liking his video where he's attacking me. I'm doing everything I can to better my relationship with Sam and show I'm not petty or a pervert. And I think, as I've said many times, the more exposure Sam gets, right, that's a good thing for us. Oh, yeah. Now, Sam also knows what many on his side, well, they're starting to see. Sam's very aware of the devastation that is coming and is here and may have already happened, right? If William doesn't pull something out of his hat here or Sam somehow is able to actually watch a video of mine and respond to it like I do, I think he might be so fragile. I think he's so close to being like gone, right? His insecurity, he's barely hanging on as it is, right? In all his videos, he's literally off the chain in all of them at some point. And then the attacks are like out of control, right? It's like nothing you've ever seen. Every one of them. Now, I've gotten used to it, but because he's being petty with me, he's like being petty with me and saying, oh, Greg, you're being mean to me and you're attacking me. And he knows that's not true. It's so pathetic. And yet we know Sam can't take it, right? So anything you say, he's going to blow up like he tries to blow up all his evidence after I blow up his evidence because he doesn't have any. It's just lies. Sam has positioned himself really, though, not just position. Let me show you. William, I want to show you why I'm opening this way. So everybody, we're going to play a small clip from Sam. It's like 4 or 5 minutes. And then I think it speaks for itself, okay? I don't think I really have to say much more after that. And I put some comments in my discussion section on my channel. But if after what I show you here, somebody can't get Sam back into the ring, you can't get Sam back into the cage so we can, this is spiritual, right? We're contending for the faith, everybody. We talked about Jude. Sam and I are arguing about Jude, and we're contending for the faith. All these people out here who are like on Sam's side as he's trying to just annihilate everyone personally, right? I mean, before I get to the other things, Sam attacked me today in his part 5, and he's been doing it in every part. But today, every time Sam does this, it just shows how stupid he is, right? Sam, you attacked me on Bible translation today. And yet, I've been studying the Bible in its original languages and in many other English versions and other languages for 40 years, but 35 really seriously. And people close to you know that's the case. And you know that's the case. So what, you think someone can just study the Bible and languages and Bible history and ancient cultures and study philosophy of ancient cultures, study linguistics, collegiate level, and Greek and Hebrew, and not be able to translate? Yeah, I would say, you know what, Sam, after about 10 years, I felt pretty comfortable. After 15, I was just fine. 20, I was ready to go. And that's what I did. So you're just not anywhere on my level, pal, okay? And that's obvious, I think, to everybody, even you now. But let me tell you something. I've not only had 40 years exposure and 35 really seriously in every way, apologetically, textually, grammatically, doctrinally, with you and your friends, personally, online, public debate with James White, Rob Bowman, and on the radio publicly live with Dr. Maury, all people you know and help mentor you, or at least in some way, Maury and White for sure. I'm sure Bowman too. You all knew Dr. Martin. You all come from that same apologetic base. Either way, the idea that I haven't dealt with the most significant representatives of the Protestants and Catholics, and that's you right now, and Eastern Orthodox, that's you right now. Well, who else has done that? Okay, and then I've written blog articles in response to Bart Ehrman and Daniel Wallace on John 1:18, the grammar, syntax, and meaning. I'm the only one who has developed a grammatical understanding in response to sharps and the sharper rule in modern times, and in so doing presented an improvement over both of those versions of the rule that today you mocked me over. And yet, you are either so stupid or you're lying again, because the last video in my Bible in the Trinity and Conflict series is about the sharpest rule. It's about Sharp's rule and the sharper rule. And I know you saw it. If you didn't see it, you're not qualified to even be talking about it. So you're lying again. Okay, so where's the response to that video? You're waiting for my book? Well, the video tells you exactly what's going to be in the book. I guarantee you, Sam, you cannot summarize my main points in the Bible and Trinity and Conflict, number 27, I believe, the sharpest rule video. You won't be able to do it. I don't think you can. I don't think you understand Sharp's rule, the sharper rule, and you certainly aren't going to understand my rule, even though it's the simplest one of them all, because your doctrine's going to get involved, and it's going to blow your mind, pal. Did you know that the Sharp's rule and the sharper rule validate the sharpest rule? No, because in spite of being number one, you're number none, because you're behind the times, and you don't even know what I know. So you are blind, and yet you still attack me today. It's the same thing with Hebrews 1. You don't even know what my translation is on that, and yet you criticize me on translation. I have a 3-year-old video in a playlist called Translation Issues on my channel, in which I discuss numerous items from a translational standpoint, including Hebrews 1:8. And yet you act like a retard and you don't even know what my translation is, let alone my defense against yours, which is almost irrefutable. I don't see any response, and you don't have one yet. So, and like with my 8.5-hour destruction of you the other day, you didn't even watch the Hebrews 1 translation issues. So who's stupid? You're calling a translator who does it publicly in front of everybody all the time, live. And I don't hide behind a screen with a big showing of a Bible verse that we don't need. No, we want to see what you're doing, pal. Are you eating, or are you trying to study something you don't know so you can act like you're intelligent when you're really stupid? Yeah, well, why don't you watch my video and actually figure out where you're stupid? Because you're looking more and more ridiculous, and now you're pulling out. Right? It's like you realized you were sodomizing yourself and you're like, I got to get out of here, right? Spiritually, Sam, spiritual Sodom revelation. Yeah. Well, so that's what you're doing. You literally tried to attack Lady True on my comment section. And if you weren't banned, like I totally exposed in that video after she destroyed you, and then I proceeded to destroy you, in Revelation 22, separate clip coming, Sam, better watch it. No escape. Dude, you wanted to chase her down on Facebook and perv out. I mean, you were literally wanting to just jump in those comments and attack her. I don't do that at your channel. I came over, posted a few nice comments, tried to collab, you pinned it, and I haven't come in to argue with your people, none of it. Yet you and, you know, you do all this stuff, and you're just not really fit, Sam. This is not professional. It's kind of funny, but it's actually now becoming almost more dangerous because you're unhinged. No one knows what you're going to do when you finally realize you got destroyed, that you actually quit twice. And we're trying to get William to help you back into things and actually watch the video. I don't think he can, everyone. I don't even know if William can do it because I don't think it's something Sam can do. I think he's now at a point where it'll make him so angry, right? And Sam, if you're that angry, then you shouldn't be talking about the Bible, okay? You're not. That's the opposite of the Spirit, the fruits of the Spirit you're supposed to have. You're claiming you're not part of the Dragon Church. Well, why are you showing so much anger just over hearing a different point of view? I can listen to you for 8 hours and just maintain normal responses and the type of banter we said was okay given your problems and my acceptance of it on a controlled scale. So you couldn't even do that. We couldn't even keep you to a just call me a Bible pervert and call me a liar. The typical things that your doctrine and church will require you to do. I didn't expect anything less than that. And yet, the second I do that, you and your cultic followers freak out. And then you go on a tirade today and challenge me and you say, your word, Sam, by what authority do you translate the Bible? Well, Sam, if you had watched my 8.5-hour annihilation of your video, which you admitted you did it, William, I'm going to show you in a minute, I talk about it there like I just talked about it here and like I talk about it in my sharpest rule video. But you don't know anything because you don't want to know anything because you can't handle the truth. Normal people can handle the truth and recognize a liar. So I can sit here and listen to you and just, no, boom, 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 boom. You can't. That's why Sam and everybody, my videos, my full response to his, Sam can barely get 2 to 3 hours now, right? Because he doesn't have any material on me. If you listen to his videos, most of them are like the first hours, just attacks and unrelated stuff, right? Talking about Muslims is no. And then he would often doesn't even show me at all and just references things I said or my video and just lies about it all. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's a perfect example. Sam, William, okay, I'm calling victory in a couple weeks if you guys can't fix this. Okay, I'm gonna pencil in that Sam has quit. Okay, at this point, he's not engaging me and admitting it and openly listening to people who watched what he's supposed to watch and responding to what they tell him. That is not acceptable on any academic, scholastic, or debate level. No way, right? So it wouldn't even one hope in a quarrel. No, Sam, it's very simple. Can you play me so everybody can see whether you're responding to me or not? You see, when you do that, Sam, like I do to you, we can all hear you and then hear me and then decide for ourselves. And then if you don't think I responded to you, what you're supposed to do is play my response to you and show where I was wrong. And then I either do that to you or I quit like you just did and you're gone, right? So it's one or the other, my friend. You're not going to have me totally destroying you point by point through your entire video where everyone can hear your insanity and you not even watching. William, he's not even watching, okay? You know how insulting and disrespectful that is? It is Sam we're talking about. I understand that. But, I mean, he's so insecure, William. He's hosting a live stream. I'm at like 2 a.m., okay? Sam is doing a live stream to try to take what people might be awake to listen to me because he's so insecure of the destruction he's been witnessing. I know he watched it, but he acts like he didn't because then he'd know he'd have to respond to it. Either one is a humiliation. Sam, I'm going to prove it right now. So, we get all of this, right? We get this whole disgusting amalgamation of perversion, right? This perverted behavior that could easily be remedied, William, if Sam could just play my video like I play him, show my argument so we know he is representing me and not lying like, he always does. But this can be rectified. See, I do that because I know I don't want people saying, hey, Sam didn't say that. Well, there's no way you can say that. I played Sam. So I'm not going to play Sam and then humiliate myself by not responding to him like he did with Lady True and with me, and probably like most of you too. So we all know Sam is gone, but he's number one because of his persistence, his experience, and his, I think, just, wily, he's crafty, he's clever. Give Sam some credit. But Sam, you're not even in the realm of a Bible translator. I bet you've never even read a book on Bible translation. You can barely translate English, Sam, okay? And I have humiliated you in so many ways. I've been quoted in Greek grammatical works and respected by my opponents because of my contributions. You're not even close to this level, okay? You're just so damaged from this destruction. You're now just throwing out all the classic ad hominem attacks that are just backfiring because I literally have a Sharpest Rule video that proves you're a liar. Everybody can go to my channel. It's the featured video. I know you saw it. I even had it for over a month playing on the front page. Sam saw it. We all know it. He's a liar, everybody. Nobody can respond because, Sam, there's no exceptions to the Sharpest Rule. Did you know that, Sam? Oh, yeah. It's so cool. When you become a non-Trinitarian, one God the Father worshiper, and you stop worshiping angels, it's going to be so cool, Sam. Okay, bring William too. William, you're coming. No, I know we got to deal with Sam first, but that's why I need your help. Okay, let me show you something. This proves Sam is a pervert. Okay, so I'm not being mean. We even agreed on that description. So if you guys are out of control, and he's so far gone over the top in his attacks. But I'm going to show you proof, William, that the Proverbs 18:13 humiliation applies to the Roman Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church and any segment of Protestant or other churches that Sam, as the number one Trinitarian apologist, represents. Okay, I have absolute proof before we start a series that shows absolute proof Sam's also wrong in the angels of Jah in Exodus 3. Oh, this is apart from our separate series. And by the way, every Thursday, new series. Now, it's basically the same series. William, I still need your help. Video coming up. But before that, last part, because after we show Sam and the humiliation he's brought on the Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox and everyone connected to him, new series starting Thursday. So I'll be back tomorrow. Bible and Trading Conflict, Read and Refute, Athanasius on the Incarnation, part 2.2. Sam has not responded to 2.1 or Athanasius against the Gentiles. So it's all perverted and gone. But every Thursday, okay, the 8.5 hour destruction of Sam that we just all witnessed, part 1 of a refutation of all Trinitarian angel worshipers, of which Sam is the preeminent defender. Okay, part 2 of that's going to be this coming Thursday. I'll be here tomorrow for Athanasius refutation. Part 2 of my refutation of all Trinitarian angel worshipers, and where I will devastate an entire video of Sam's, again, his part 2. I'm going to do my job and continue. I'm going to give William a chance to get Sam back in the ring and stop thinking he just got smacked by Michael the Archangel again, right? I'm sure that the Dragon Church behind Sam, he'd have to be connected, everybody. Don't forget that. We're still going to try to work with you, Sam. Not all Catholics are bad. It's like with the Jews, Jerusalem. So we got to just deal with it. All right. Now, every Thursday, okay, we're going to be with Sam for the foreseeable future. Even if William can't bring him back into the ring and he's done, right? It's game over, round 1, right? First hit. And that happens, right? Sometimes someone feels the power. When Satan felt that power from Michael, it's no getting back up, right? And you don't want to feel that again. When someone gets knocked out like that, they're done. It's like it's something that triggers them. Like, oh no, I don't want to feel that again. So Sam is he might not recover if he can't watch it. He's knocked out just from the thought that it was done, right? He tried to keep people away from it with his pathetic live stream, and then he attacked me. He made fun of me, everybody. I finished my 8.5-hour destruction of his video. By the way, every Thursday, new series. The Trinity Exposed live show. Every Thursday, new series. We're going to start with Sam, and then we'll move on to all the other heretics that attack me and misrepresent the Bible. We'll be with Sam for quite a while, though. Every Thursday. So you'll all be able to plan to attend, invite everybody, invite all the Trinitarians you can, people we need to help. So every Thursday, Trinity Exposed live show. And we'll start with part 2. I'm just going to, send the thing out. We'll reference it as the Trinity Exposed live show, so it's a regular feature and series. But it'll be titled according to what we're doing. So it'll be part 2, full refutation of these Trinitarian angel worshipers. And I do my part, Sam does not. He's been knocked out. He's literally not responding. William, look at this. Look at this. This is it, everybody. Sam is gone, right? This proves it, William. This proves what I've been telling you all. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to play a little bit of Sam. And I'm going to show William and everybody what we all saw from Sam. This is from his part 3, everybody. Sam did his part 5 today and totally attacked me, went insane. And, of course, I just totally destroyed him on a few items. You just wait, Sam, until I get to your full part 5 and part 4 and part 2 next Thursday. Here's a little segment from his part 3. They're all, oh, man, this is so good. I want to do this. I figure, hey, this will prove conclusively. This is where we go beyond the Arians, back to the one God the Father Christians, and defeat the Trinitarians, everybody. Finally, after 1,600 years, we took the crown of biblical Christianity back. And we did so by defeating Sam Shamoon. Oh, it's awesome. I'm pumped. And I can't get Sam back into the contention, the Jude contention, Sam. You're supposed to be contending. Where are you, Sam? Is it over, William? Okay, everybody, listen.
Okay, we're back. Late night. Okay, so I guess according to I cried out loud, Stafford did a session today where he couldn't constrain himself or control himself and started insulting me and attacking me. Well, that's a good sign. That means he knows he got smoked, he got decimated, he got obliterated, and his blasphemies got destroyed. So
when you attack people like you do every single show, there's not one single video you've put up where you don't attack someone. Then by your own admission, you got destroyed in every single video currently on your channel. That's how pathetic this is. And everybody knows, and Sam would know if he actually watched the video, I didn't do anything different than what I've done and said I would do, and even toned it down from, like I said, the other earlier period. But we even agreed on the terms, right? Pervert, Bible pervert things. I don't agree with Sam. He's a heretic, a liar, and a pervert. I didn't put any restrictions on those, and neither did he. So he's just lying. And he's listening to things from other people and basing his accusations against me on that. That alone violates Proverbs 18:13, William. That alone shows Sam is listening to someone else when he could just pull up the video, okay? He could just ask the person who told him, hey, I need to hear that myself. Can you tell me what part of Stafford's total destruction video I can listen to verify he said that? Because I'm going to do a video later and I'll respond to him. No. Instead, he says something that actually shows every single video on his channel is garbage.
but now he's angry, so he can't constrain himself, so he wants to attack me. Well, that's okay. I'm not going to attack his person. I'm not going to make fun of him, call him a pervert.
He not only does that in this video, he did it in part 5 today and attacked me personally. He went directly after my ability to translate in spite of all the things I just said and all the things I've done, which most of which he doesn't even know about. And there's no way he couldn't. So he's lying again. He's not to be trusted, everyone. So he totally did come after me in a personal way and attack me because he doesn't have anything else. I told you that. He's not playing my video and actually responding. He's just lying to people and then coming up with these excuses to attack me personally, right? So Sam asked me, by what authority do I translate the Bible? In his part 5 today, attack on me out of nowhere because he doesn't have anything to show people. By what authority do you have? And he starts, of course, giving some of the things like knowledge of history, the cultural times of the Bible, the languages, all things I have demonstrated over 4 decades, right? So the guy is just, he's not in reality. He's not a normal person. We all kind of know that. But, if he's not even capable of processing that he's making basic contradictions and condemning himself by saying, me attacking him proved I was wrong. Well, there's no one who attacks anyone more than you. So by your own words, you hypocrite, you just condemned every video on your channel. You should have read Matthew 7. You should have read a lot of things or watched a video. Ha ha! This is pathetic, William. So just understand what I'm dealing with here, right? I'm dealing with someone who chose to attack me and claim that I attacked him as a justification for what he did when he didn't even hear it himself. That's a humiliation. Proverbs 18:13 says, if you reply to a matter before you hear it, it is foolishness on your part and a humiliation. So this is humiliation number 1, documented and proven from Sam's own arrogant mouth. He didn't even hear what I said. He could have easily heard what I said, and he chose instead not to do so and attack me personally over things he has no idea about. That even the qualifications he gave, I meet all of them. He's just butthurt and insecure that I'm more knowledgeable than him on these things, and he doesn't want me up there competing with him on translation issues. I'm so far beyond you, Sam, it's a joke, okay? You can't even interpret my videos. Go ahead, prove me wrong. Now that I guess you finally know about my sharpest rule video, which we all know you knew about, so you're lying, summarize it, pal. It's just a couple hours long. You're so knowledgeable about Sharp's rule, I can't wait. Just title it, I watched Greg Stafford's sharpest rule video. I can't wait. I love watching your stuff, Sam. Unlike you, I actually watch the people I respond to, So you're nowhere near this level. And I've been doing things you have no clue about. That's for sure. So nevertheless, Sam chose to go that route, William. He chose to attack me based on what someone else told him, not listening to himself. Now, here's the worst part. Right here, before we get to the angels of Jah in Exodus. That too. There's no escape, Sam. I just am not sure at this point if it's over. I'm going to keep going. Every Thursday, like I said, even if Sam doesn't recover, like he doesn't want to deal with it again, spiritually, it's not going to change anything. This is over. We're going to make sure no one ever takes Sam seriously again. The fact that anyone did, other than, as I've said, his experience and knowledge through experience and exposure to different people and subjects, he should have been far beyond what he is now. Like I said, Sam, come on. But the Trinitarians are by and large incompetent and following pagan traditions, right? They don't follow the Bible. So they're easy to defeat. That's why they need Sam. And Sam has humiliated himself, William. He's replying to me right here and attacking me without even listening to me. He literally interrupted my live stream with his own to pull people away because he was so insecure of his destruction. Well, I wouldn't be, because I know he's lying, and I'd just be pointing that out. No, he's lying, like I do in my videos. He can't do it, William. I don't think he can do it. I'm hoping you can help. Sam?
So I didn't watch it because there's nothing for him to say.
Did you hear that? He didn't watch it. I'm going to play that again. See, it's like last night, huh? I mean, some of the things that we hear from Sam are like, is this really happening, you know? And I guess I just didn't see this coming like this. I guess I just didn't realize how frail Sam's spiritual chin is, right? That one ate this second one, right? Well, I already talked about the first one where he chickened out and had his chance, but turned it down. Now he's get it again, and he gets all the time in the world. He could watch the video and do multiple parts, right? He hasn't even watched it. I got people coming to my channel telling me he refuted my 8.5-hour video. Hey, did you know he hasn't even watched it? Oh, I'm going to play it for you again right now in case you didn't hear it. You heard it today, or part 3, but you probably weren't listening. So listen again.
Trained himself, so he wants to attack me. Well, that's okay. I'm not going to attack his person. I'm not going to make fun of him, call him a pervert. So I didn't watch it because there's nothing for...
Right there. I didn't watch it. So he's literally discussing things I said from the video about him that he never heard, right? Sam has not watched my destruction of his video. And in fact, he not only hasn't watched it and is listening to what other people say to him about it on a personal level, William, that's not really the reason why I need your help. I told everybody, I can deal with Sam's personal attacks. It's horrific. And the fact that he's listening to people and not me and then attacking me for it is not good. But William, the reason I need your help is right here.
For him to say. But the brethren told me he mentioned John 1:18 and Judges 13:19. So now, Greg, you can thank yourself.
Did you hear that, William? You might have been one of the brethren, but my point is, Sam is about to respond to something from my 8.5-hour video. In addition, not the personal attack stuff he heard from other people that he just talked about. William, while I think that makes Sam, and by extension the Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox, and to the extent Sam represents any Protestant Trinitarian group, a humiliation according to Proverbs 18:13, because he's replying to something he didn't hear on a personal level and attack me for it. No Christian would do that. Proverbs 18, humiliation. So he needs to be rebuked. The brethren need to rebuke Sam properly. William, he's about to respond to an argument from Judges 13 and related texts in my 8.5-hour video before he's even heard it. Oh yeah. Listen again.
So I didn't watch it because there's nothing for him to say. But the brethren told me he mentioned John 1:18 and Judges 13:19. So now, Greg, you can thank yourself for what I'm going to do to you with John 1:18 and Judges 13:19. So now I'm going to add that to my series. So it's going to be probably 3-4 more parts. Again, I'm going to show you because the dragon has deceived you. The dragon has influenced you. You're under bondage to the dragon.
He's making these accusations based on what someone else told him about my use of Judges 13 and related texts from that 8.5-hour video. Just like he reacted emotionally and personally to what someone told him about what I said, allegedly attacking him. William, that's twice on a personal level and a doctrinal level, where he's not listening to me to know what he's talking about according to the Bible, which is you have to first hear what you're about to reply to. I know you guys don't like Proverbs. I know you guys don't really read Proverbs, but it is in the Bible, even your Bible. And so I would think the brethren would be concerned that Sam is humiliating you. He's literally locked into a debate with whom the Catholic Church, the Eastern Orthodox, and the Protestant groups that believe in Trinity believe is the best, or, by most people's opinion, probably the best or one of the best representatives of a non-Trinitarian, Arian-like side. Okay? I'm with whom many people would say is the best representative of the Trinity and arguing for it. So what's going on? This should be something that's important. It should be something Sam is taking seriously, at least watching my videos and knowing what he's talking. No, that's unacceptable. That's not acceptable. I actually demand that Sam make a better showing. I'm glad that maybe it'll be over soon and, I don't have to go through as much as I thought I would to claim the crown, but I'm still going to do the video, so it doesn't matter. But I thought it would be more direct against Sam. I thought it'd be more intense, like he'd actually be trying. But then I realized maybe he can't. He might be so out of his league that it's over. And so before I declare victory, William, I want to give you the respect because I think you're a nice guy. I don't know you that well, but something tells me, William, if we can get through to Sam here, But outside of that, I don't care. I'm not like Sam where you have to convert for me to like you or be nice to you. I even try to be nice to Sam, and I have been in my videos, and he lies about that. But at this point, I don't care about anything else than Sam participating. Okay, I put aside my time. I re-engaged with Sam. I went through all that other earlier trouble and engaged with him and then deleted all that, tried to make a better showing. I responded to his whole video, and he's done nothing but try to interfere with my attempt to respond to him by doing a competing live stream so late at night it makes no sense when he should be watching me, right? And then even after that, he doesn't watch me and listens to other people and then claims he's responding to me. He's literally going to respond to me here and put it as part of his series, and he didn't even hear it. Proverbs 18:13, total humiliation, game over. So I need to know, right? I need to know, is this going to stop? Or is this should I just forget this is over? We're done. And now Protestants, Catholics, Eastern Orthodox, I've defeated all of you. Oh yeah. Public, live, it's right here in front of everybody. And so I'm giving you guys a lifeline, right? I mean, this is a technical knockout. He got smacked with an 8.5-hour video he hasn't even watched yet. And he's lying about it. He doesn't even know what I said. And what, I'm supposed to respond to him not responding to me? Well, he didn't respond to me, so I already won. That's the whole idea of an exchange. You say something, I say something, and we go back and forth until there's nothing else to say. So I need him to participate, William. Can you just get Sam to play my video? And then when he can't take it anymore and he's about to blow up, right before that, stop it, take a deep breath, and then point out where I'm wrong. You can even be there with him, William. I would prefer that. I think it would be helpful. I think Sam would feel better. You would be able to calm him down, I wouldn't see it as an unfair advantage because at this point, I think Sam needs some help. Not with his arguments. I mean, I don't think you would need to help him there. I need you to help me get him in the game, get him back in the fight, spiritually, Jude. And I need you to help me keep him there for at least a little bit so that we can show everybody who's right and who's wrong. Now, if you're as insecure as Sam and you guys don't really want to do this, fine. then I won't even try to engage Sam directly, other than whatever, if he comes to my channel under another name or something. But I already said what I got to say. I'm going to keep going every Thursday. Trinity Exposed live show, everybody. Tell everyone, okay? Every Thursday, the Trinity Exposed live show. And then we'll do a Trinity Exposed site where we'll put all the videos, Sam will like that. So we're going to be with Sam for a while, whether William can get him back in this directly or not. I'm going to just, the more Sam does for me, the better, because I have more material to show he's a liar and he's wrong. Whereas when I do more material, Sam hates that because he knows he can't respond. Right? That's why his videos barely get to 2 to 3 hours, like I said. He's not responding because he can't do it. It's all right, and he's got to fill that with almost 2 hours of just unrelated talk, right? Think about that. Whereas my video, you can tell if I'm going that long, I'm playing Sam and then responding to him. So it's undeniable, right? That's why I'm prepared to claim victory. I really am. I don't want to do it prematurely, and I don't think it would be, but I totally know the further we go, the more it'll be clear I won anyway. So it won't change anything for me in the victory I'm going to have over Sam. I just think this is so pathetic. Someone needs to do something, okay? He can't just sissy out and back out after all this anger and hate and bravado and bullying. So he finally gets smacked in the mouth spiritually, and now he wants out. Well, William, tell him his reputation is on the line. The Catholic Church's reputation is on the line. The Eastern Orthodox Church's reputation is on the line. And whatever pathetic Protestant groups kind of believe in Sam's reputation is on the line also. Oh, here's the rest of his little thing. And it's like, let's just play a little bit more. But that was about it. A little bit more just to prove. He goes right into, I think, talking about what I talked about in that video, even though he didn't even watch it, which he admitted.
But you're better than that, and we're praying for you. You wake up and give your life to Jehovah Jesus. Judges 13:19 and John 1:18 will further destroy, decimate, annihilate, obliterate your false God, your false Jesus, your false gospel, which is why I praise Jehovah Jesus. You're barely making it because Jehovah Jesus Almighty is not allowing you to grow. It's been years. The most you can get is about 20 people at that. May Jehovah Jesus shut down your channel until you repent, and Jehovah Jesus continue to expose you as he gives us, his true followers, his true servants, the Trinitarians, and his true church, the power to crush, vanquish the dragon under our feet by the power of the blood of Jehovah Jesus.
Okay, he said the part I wanted to hear. So, obviously Sam, is triggered, right? But just let me play that one little last part again. There's one part I want to emphasize.
"20 people at that."
That part right there. Did you hear the part how he belittled me and the number of people on my channel? So it's really petty stuff, right? It's like Sam can't focus on the substantive issues after getting destroyed. He goes right into attacks that are totally unrelated, right? They embarrass him. They make him look like he's weak when he does this, when he tries to belittle my knowledge of Greek or Hebrew without any evidence, right? This guy's crazy. And then he belittles my channel and its member numbers. That is so unchristian and petty, huh? In addition to challenging my authority on the Bible, that's exactly what the scribes and Pharisees did to Jesus. By what authority do you do these things? Oh, Sam, well, by what authority do you question my authority to translate the Bible? You haven't even established the authority that I'm supposed to have to what? Translate the Bible after 4 decades of study? So you're even begging the question when it comes to your question about by what authority. Here's my answer, Sam. You tell me by what authority you ask by what authority I translate the Bible. Once I know what authority that is, I'll be happy to tell you. Thanks for following the dragon once again. Now, We notice Sam's personal petty attack right there. He also says later in this video, or maybe in part 5 today, he talks about how I only have like 2 people at most at the end of my 8.5 hour destruction video. So someone or Sam was there at the end at 2 a.m. California time, which would have been 5 a.m. East Coast time on a weekday. So, and Sam's doing a competing live stream instead of listening because of his insecurities. So Sam belittles me in this video and or in part 5. You'll hear it again when I go through them all, but he definitely does. He belittled me there for having at most like 20 during a live, but he belittled me specifically on how many I had at the end of my 8.5 hour destruction video. And he said it was just 2. Oh, Greg, you only had 2 people at the end of your live stream. That must have really bothered you, because that's the exact number that the master said I would need for him to be with me. You are a blasphemer. You just blasphemed the master's number. The master said, where 2 or more are with you, I am there. You just blasphemed the master's presence, because I had exactly what he said I would need for him to be there. Sam, there's no reason why we shouldn't continue to expose and destroy your false doctrine. You're not a nice person. I try to get along with you. I'm going to continue to try to be nice where I can. I'm going to absolutely destroy and hold you accountable in a spiritual sense, like I'm told to. I'm going to uproot and destroy your false doctrine. That's the specific language of the New Testament. I'm going to shut your mouth by stuffing your false doctrine in your face, spiritually, like I'm doing right here. You see your face, Sam? Right now, I'm stuffing false doctrine in it. I know, it's spiritual. It's not physical, because we're not supposed to do that. So when you perverts get all upset, when I borrow language directly from the Bible, like shut the mouths of you perverts, and then I explain that Sam's mouth right here is getting shut because he's a pervert and his false doctrine is getting destroyed, well, that's what I mean. So what I want you to do, Sam, is actually play my video and stop humiliating yourself. At this point, Sam, for the sake of your own personal integrity, everything, Sam, your reputation is on the line now. You are literally publicly telling everybody that you're replying to me without hearing what I said. And that is unacceptable and a humiliation, my friend. Then you go crazy and attack me for things you didn't hear. Same thing. Humiliation, my friend. And anyone who listens to you and then listens to me knows you've been humiliated. So I hope you get as many people to continue making you feel better about your pathetic representation of Christianity and even Catholicism and Eastern Orthodox, right? You literally are bearing the mantle of a number one apologist for Orthodox doctrine about God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit. And you fail. You get knocked out by an Arian-like apologist whom you say isn't even qualified to translate the Bible. You're so pathetic, you're not even smart enough to dignify your opponent sufficiently. Not by bluff. That's why I don't over-dignify you. But I think everyone who watches my recent videos know I've given you plenty of credit and dignity, much of which may not be deserved. But I'm not petty and pathetic. And I don't humiliate myself like you do, my friend. There's a whole new level of humiliation going on here. But that's why I'm bringing William in. William, at this point, I'm not going to let Sam taint you or the Catholics or Eastern Orthodox unless you guys just refuse, right? If you guys refuse to either with Sam or you helping him play my video, start with my 8.5 hour video, you don't have to do it all. I did all of Sam's video, but I'm going to try to even shorten that on this Thursday's response, part 2, my part 2. I'm going to just go through it a little more, and like I did in the first part of Sam's video, I let it play after like minute 40, the one I destroyed. So I'm going to just make sure I'm only dealing, because Sam does a lot of delay stuff. There was a period for like 10 minutes where he just got lost in the sauce, and no one could figure out what he was doing, right? And then he was just looking up, but he was looking for a cross reference in the NWT to Psalm 97:7. It was embarrassing because then he humiliated himself over that. All he had to do was pull out an NWT and look at the cross reference, Sam. Or again, it was just unnecessary delay. So whatever. I'm going to try to cut those out though, and I'll tell you guys where I'm cutting it so you can go back and see. No, I didn't cut anything substantive. Like Sam not even watching, right? It's not a question of, well, did Sam cut out part of my reply? He's not even watching my reply, right? We don't even have the opportunity to ask, is Sam like responding to my whole argument that he just provided or presented? Because he's not even listening to it. But he is responding, as you just saw. So here we are. All right, let me just check the comments, and then we're going to get right to our discussion. Exodus 3, it's game over again, everybody. Oh, this whole angels of Jah and the angel that Sam has invented, right? Multiple angels, right? He's invented an uncreated angel. Well, it's part of his orthodoxy. He didn't invent it. But he's coming up with some new features to it, right? Sam he's taking the invention of the uncreated Jehovah angel who has to pray to God to get words he didn't know. And and he's also using the same words as Michael the Archangel, whom Sam doesn't identify, even though Jude uses Michael the Archangel's words to show that Michael doesn't identify with Yahweh, the same words the angel of Yahweh, who prays Yahweh to get words he didn't know, uses to show he's not Yahweh. He wants Yahweh to rebuke Satan. Sam, don't you understand that? Of course you don't. You barely understand simpler things. You don't even know what videos I've done, for crying out loud. It's embarrassing. I'm humiliated, William. I'm embarrassed on behalf of you and Sam, and I shouldn't be. I only am because I try to be nice, and I don't want to see any image of God be embarrassed. I really don't. But once you guys push it to this level and you disrespect me and you don't even watch, and then you pretend to reply and you lie, and you pretend I attack you and you lie. Oh, well, of course. No, it's not going to happen. So Sam's destruction will reverberate throughout history every Thursday. Trinity Exposed live show featuring Sam for the foreseeable future. But we're trying to get him back into action. He's been knocked out. He hasn't even watched the video that knocked him out, okay? Just the thought, right? Sam knows that just me saying a 10-minute video he could barely handle. Just the thought that he would have to absorb all that destruction. You don't understand, okay? Sam can't. I don't think he'd be able to sleep at night. He's probably, like you saw during my live stream, he couldn't even sleep. If you're not going to participate and actually learn live, Sam, the least you could have done is just get some sleep so you could watch it in the morning and start your responses like a normal person. Number one so-called representative of orthodoxy, right? No. Instead, Sam's there, so insecure, he's up live going crazy over a video he's not even watching. But that he's responding to, right, William? Yeah, Proverbs 18:13, humiliation. All right, so let's get to our subject. The angels of Jah in Exodus. Sam has been completely wiped out, everybody. I didn't expect it to be like this. Like I said, I thought he would do like the, try to respond to me and quote me and then say, no, he just said this and this is really true, like I did with him and Lady True did to him. So, Sam's getting knocked out all over the place. He might be taking so many hits. You don't understand. Sam, he insulates himself real well because he can't take it. It bothers him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, it does. And so, well, how do you think we got back to this point? So we need to continue to push the issue. I think they're done. I think we have defeated the primary Protestant apologists. We have defeated the number one by most metrics, certainly for Catholic and Eastern Orthodox in terms of apologetic Trinitarian insanity. That's it. That's it, everyone. There's no more big boys around, okay? So We wear the crown. Sam Shamoon has given up. I'm going to leave it as interim champions. I'll give William, a week or two. I'm doing my part 2 Thursday and then part 3 the other Thursday. That'll never stop. And then we'll go to other videos of Sam, totally destroy them until he removes his channel and all his videos that he himself, everybody, you heard it earlier, Sam himself condemned every single one of his own videos by saying when you attack somebody else, you admit you're wrong and they're right. Show me one single video on Sam's channel, one. I'm not asking for anything but one, where he doesn't attack someone. Okay, if you can't do that, every single video on his channel, he condemned. He did a Matthew 7 on himself, like he did with Lady True, and you know who. All Sam really does is destroy himself faster, right? You gotta point it out. If you don't do that, if you don't bring it back and say, hey, no, that didn't happen. Oh, Sam will try to bury you with just false video titles and lies, right? Like these videos he's doing. He hasn't even watched the video he's responding to, everybody. That's game over. Okay, if he doesn't return to normal debate parameters in the video sense of you're actually watching the video you're supposed to be responding to, there's no question I'm doing that, right? I've made that undisputable. I've shown, because I wanted you guys to have this victory. Oh, I did. I knew this was our chance. Sam had risen to the proper level where, like I said, we could bring him down and take the crown. And sure enough, Sam rose like a rocket, only to fall like a rock. And all he can do is attack the master and the number of people who made him fall like a rock. Sam, I'm very proud to be with the few and those who are true and who showed you don't know what you're talking about. You can pretend all you want, my friend. Everybody can see it. There's not I'm going to open it up. Anyone, since Sam has collapsed, he's like Babylon the Great. He's fallen. And he's about to be destroyed. But he has fallen. So I'm going to open this up to anyone, Protestant, Catholic, or Eastern Orthodox. Anyone. I challenge anyone to watch my 8.5-hour destruction of Sam, which is all substantive, right? I destroyed him substantively, which is why it's that long. If Sam had any substance, he wouldn't barely be able to crank out 2 or 3 hours with 2 hours of filler. So we all can see what's going on. Therefore, I'm considering Sam in the interim as knocked out. There's a TKO that's pending validation, giving William a chance to resuscitate his champion. If he can't do that, if Sam can't credibly re-enter the fray, it's our day. And so I'm gonna open it up actually, right? Because it's not like the one who wins the crown. Like, you got to keep winning, right? So I understand that. I don't think anybody can champion the Trinity or even anything close to it. So now that Sam's been knocked out, if he doesn't re-enter, and you need one lifeline through William just to validate the victory, right? So there's no question that Sam was given numerous opportunities. He proved in his own words, he's responding to what he didn't hear. That's a humiliation. And at a minimum, William, he needs to have the brethren go to him and have them tell him, don't attack Stafford or the Christian Witnesses of Jah again, unless you are prepared to finish it, or at least respond to one punch, right? I mean, that's all it took was one total destruction, Sam, and you're out. So William, he's making you guys look pathetic. And Sam already Sam doesn't care if he looks pathetic. He does and he doesn't, right? So, William, you guys need to recognize that Sam will bring you down with him. Oh, yeah. Sam will not wear the loss of shame on his own. He will do everything he can to taint you and the brethren and everyone. So he already got you guys involved. Sam already involved the brethren, William. Sorry, we don't use that term often. He said that you guys brought something up to him and needed his assistance with, and instead of listening to me so he could properly assist you and actually understand my argument, he went with what you said. Which, even if you repeated it word for word, William, that's you guys, Sam, there's no excuse for him not watching that. And I already heard his response, so he missed it all. So he's not helped you at all. He just lied, and now you guys are repositioned for this same destruction that I explained in that video. I'm sure you guys probably saw that. It takes a little time to sink in, though, if you're an honest person. But William, he's humiliating you guys, okay? And I'm going to claim victory. I have legitimate grounds. Sam publicly admitted he's not watching my response to him. And he's responding to me anyway. That's illegitimate. It's a humiliation according to the Bible. And if you don't bring him back, I'm claiming victory. All right, who's here? So there's a little bonus Sam stuff, but as you know, we're going to go all the way. This is the end. See, Sam's not going to recover from this, or at least there's no way he's going to be able to credibly say he participated, right? He pretended he did and got destroyed. And I don't think he's going to be able to come back. I don't. Now I see. So what this has kind of taught me a little bit more about Sam. I started thinking, why is he doing this, right? Why isn't Sam just bringing up my video and playing my argument and then responding to it? It was pretty quick. I realized, well, he's threatened by it, right? He doesn't want his followers to hear what I'm actually saying. So he's just pretending to respond to it, maybe showing my face or playing a little clip or referencing it. He rarely actually plays it in some of his videos. And then they just pretend, right? They just lie to each other. It's just this big gaslighting fest, right? Big spiritual sodomy party. So I realized, well, why would he do that, though? Why wouldn't he just, respond? And I thought, well, he really can't. He doesn't have like a real response, and he would know that I would see that, like I saw with Lady True and everything else we destroyed. Well, it would just happen again, right? I would look at what he said, what he responded to from my 8.5-hour video if he did it, and I would see if he did or not. And then I would easily be able to show you, hey, he's lying again like we caught him on all those other examples. So that's why he's not doing it. He can at least now say, well, I never watched it, right? Versus actually watching it and having to be responsible for responding. And this at least lets him in his own mind out. But he's not, right? He's literally not. He's literally trying to respond to it without watching it, right? So it's a double humiliation. And it's embarrassing. I actually, I don't want to necessarily win like this. Although their side is so, there's no way out, right? So I do realize Sam knows I don't play those games. None of that works on me. He does know that. So for Sam, there's no winning here. So Sam has to act like he's winning without winning. That's the only thing he can hope to achieve, which is exactly what he's trying to do. But it's so humiliating, right? He's not even watching it. That's the worst part. If Sam were at least, watching my video and playing it so his followers could hear my argument, then at least, he could pretend he's responding and then I'd have to actually spend the time to respond to him. He's not even doing that. He's so insecure that his followers are going to hear my real arguments, like the brethren. The brethren heard what I said on Judges 13. They start panicking. Went to Sam. He needed to help him out. But Sam can't handle it either. So he avoided watching it himself because, again, I think he's barely hanging on as it is, right? It really is. That's the thing he fears the most. He's said that many times. So this is not an exaggeration. There's something going on here. For someone in this position to totally blow it and acknowledge they're not even watching the videos they're allegedly responding to, I don't know how it gets worse than that. I don't know. You tell me, what's worse for a Christian apologist or any debater than being publicly exposed for replying to a video you didn't hear or watch? Other than Sam getting caught, whacking off live, I don't think it could get more humiliating than that, right? Spiritually. Maybe that's what he's doing when he's hiding from the screen. Sam, shame on you. None of that. Stop that right now. But you were a little more, you wanted to pursue Lady True, so there's something wrong there. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. We're going to get to our Angels of Jah. We only have a little bit of reading, but it's significant, okay? We got some significant things here. I'm going to bring up the Bible Hub. Exodus 3, bring you guys up. Right, let me move this back over here. It's a better side because I can look in the right way. Okay, so we're going to go to Exodus, everybody. We do this series, the Angels of Jah. We've done Zechariah. We've done Genesis. No responses from Sam. Total blowout. And then this in addition to the 8.5-hour video, the Sharp Shore video, the Hebrews 1:8 video. Oh, man. Right? It's beyond recovery, Sam. And he has the nerve to attack me personally because he's so pathetic he can't deal with reality. Too bad, my friend. You shouldn't have crossed these lines. You shouldn't have blasphemed our God and acted so pathetic and ridiculous. You not only humiliated yourself and your God, you're humiliating entire groups of people who are depending on you. That's pathetic, and I'm embarrassed for them too. All right. So, in these Angels of Jah series, everybody, as you know, if you watch the prior ones, and if not, I'll explain now, we don't read the whole book. We did with Zechariah because it's a small book, and the angels were involved throughout. So in those cases, it's worth it and necessary even. But in bigger books like we did with Genesis, we just go to the texts that pertain to the subject, the Angels of Jah. So they don't come up until the 3rd chapter, right? And so we group chapters together so we cover the whole book, but not every chapter has material we're going to consider. So this isn't going to be like a super long show, but we also are going to read related texts from the New Testament, some of which we've been considering recently on this whole Angels of Jah thing. So let me see what the best, I guess that's good right there. We'll use the New International, even though it's pretty bad, but we're able to identify where it's bad and talk about it, whereas Sam can't really do that. He only can do that doctrinally because of his, loyalty to dragon theology. But we actually interact and explain not only these texts, but my translations on a regular basis. So anybody who's actually interested in learning about the Bible, how to translate it, its historical and cultural context, its textual history, which I also know very well and talk about all the time, you just watch my videos and the proof and evidence is all right there. You don't need to let people like Sam lie to you, okay? You can actually show you can find out things for yourself. The people that don't do that and that Sam's trying to keep from watching me, it's almost like with some Watchtower people, right? You guys are hiding information from your people. Sam is clearly deceiving you guys. He's not even watching my videos, so you can guarantee he's not going to encourage you to do so. He literally competed with me during a time of night where he should have been sleeping and preparing or watching my video. This guy is gone, everyone, okay? We're going to keep going, though. We're going to try to show that we still have hope for Sam in spite of the fact that it's pretty much over unless William can bring him back. And if he can, well, fine. But we're not going to rely on that. We're going to just address Sam and deal with his arguments. And some of them come up here. This whole angels thing in the burning bush. Oh, yeah, it's here. And I have a video playing on the front page right now, my comments review number 7. If you want to watch the total destruction of a Trinitarian in relation to these angels and the angel of Jah, and Hebrews 1, and texts like Exodus 3, watch that video. That, in addition to my other videos involving Sam and Not, it couldn't be more clear. All right, so here, let's take a look. Here's what it says. We'll stay with the NIV unless we need to do something else. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the far side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. Verse 2, there the angel of the Lord, that's a perverted representation of the divine name. It's actually a title and term used for the enemy of God, Baal, which means Lord. So while it may not have necessarily that implication, the fact is that the Catholics and others who have maintained texts, except for the Hebrew Masoretic text, really did a terrible job, huh? They barely gave us a complete copy of the Hebrew and Greek Bible. And then we only get later copies with substitutes like this that carry over into our English translations, even though we all know the Hebrew text does not say Lord as the divine name there. But we have these morally bankrupt, spiritually bankrupt, sodomized versions of the Bible that make it hard for people to interpret texts like Psalm 110:1, where David's Lord isn't called the divine name, but he speaks to the one who is called the divine name. Just like in Zechariah 1:12-14, when the angel of Jah prayed to Jah, only one of them is Lord, not the divine name. That angel right here is right here, or right there is right here. It's the same one, or another one. The Bible refers to more than one of these angels speaking for God. I disproved Sam and showed his dishonesty in my 8.5-hour video on that. Separate clip coming eventually. Lots of clips coming from that. Sam totally lied to his followers because he was reviewing a comment where I referred to Exodus chapter 7 where more than one angel is referenced. And then Sam tried to be dishonest and limit it to a section of text that don't include the one where more than one angel is referred to, right? He's a pervert. That's Bible perversion right there. So here we have the angel of the Lord appearing to Moses in flames of fire from within a bush. But it's not real fire because the bush isn't burnt up. Okay. Or the temperature's controlled, whatever. It's not significant to my argument. So we know we have an angel here. No one can dispute that. Sam, as I explained in my total devastation and destruction video of Sam, and in the Judges 13 section he didn't watch but referred to, tried to reply to, but humiliated himself, Proverbs 18:13. I explained how in the Bible, in the biblical periods, the things Sam says I don't understand, but that I understand very well and prove I understand very well, and he doesn't understand well at all. He proves it all the time. The angels are spirits. Right. Yeah. Okay. So just to make it real clear to everyone, what the Bible teaches about angels, like we've been talking about, let's just do that real quick. So we're right here in the account of Exodus, the burning bush, right? What have we been talking about in our series with Sam and the angel of Jah and Jude and related texts? Been talking about how the Bible describes angels because Sam and the Trinitarians create a category of angel, multiple actually, that the Bible doesn't present or describe, and that's inconsistent historically and contextually, culturally, with what they believe. So we have the very people criticizing me for understanding the history and culture and language of the Bible, and while they may understand the language, they totally ignore the history and culture and then just read back into it. It's anachronistic thinking. It means they're reading back later views into an earlier period where no one even knew about those views. Like that an angel of Jah could be a person of Jah and eternal and uncreated and not a separate spirit. Like all angels are, and even God, they're spirits. Trinitarians don't understand that. because they don't believe the Bible. So they just read their later thinking into the Bible. Like right here, Hebrews 1:7. In speaking of the angels, he says, he makes his angels spirits. Now, Sam Shamoon has been totally destroyed over this text. He can't deal with it. You can see that very clearly every time he tries. I've got multiple clips coming out really soon that's going to show that very clearly in smaller bites. The text is real clear. It says he makes. It's poieo. It's not talking about appointing, because it says, let's just say it means appoint. Okay, he appoints his angels spirits, his servants flames of fire. You can't be appointed a spirit or as a flame of fire. I'm sorry, because those are nature, right? Just like Jesus in John 3, he talks about the nature of flesh and spirit and contrasts them. Exactly. Talks about God in John 4:24, God's spirit. Exactly. So everybody knows that spirit and flames of fire as a designation for angels is their nature. Their function, what they're appointed as, is angels. But it's not using poieo in the appointed sense, because they're already referred to as angels and servants. So there's no question about their appointment. And he's talking about what he makes those angels, right? It's not about the appointment of them as angels. He's referring to the angels as being made something. He makes his angels. He doesn't say he makes his spirits angels, right? That's how Sam is trying to interpret this. He's just lying and perverting. He's sodomizing the Bible. Oh, yes, he is, William. He literally says the opposite of what it says. He literally doesn't even understand how grammatically that's impossible. In my refutation on Thursday, you'll see even more. So it very clearly says he makes his angels spirits. And then the parallel sequence, which also conveys the same verb. You don't need to repeat the verb. Like people collapse over 1 Corinthians 15:45 because he uses genomai to govern. He became a life-giving soul and he became a life-giving spirit. They don't understand the basics, like Sam. So he makes his angels spirits. That's presentation number one. The parallel presentation. He makes his servants flames of fire. In other words, when God wants a servant or an angel, Sam, when he wants someone to serve him, he creates them as a spirit, as a flame of fire. Exactly. You know how he created Jesus, according to Proverbs 8 and other texts, and then began using him to put things together? Exactly. Whenever he needs someone to perform a service, he creates them as a spirit, a flame of fire. It says right here, did you read that? Even the NIV says that, Sam. Are you a better translator than the NIV, Sam? Hey, Sam, do you even know who the translators of the NIV are? I doubt it. Hey, Sam, can you tell me where I can go watch videos by the translators of the NIV or apologetic works where they defend either their beliefs or their translations to the extent that I do? I don't think you can. And in spite of even that, it refutes you. So this makes it very clear. Angels are created spirits. That's what poieo makes, which is why these later perverts say begotten and not made, okay? Which is also a perverted later cultic phrase. And I have put out a creed, like an aid to Trinitarians. I posted it in my community and I talked about it in my comments review at the end of it. I put together a little creed you guys can use. You can take the words, repackage it, just reference Christian Witnesses of Jah on this channel so they can learn about the biblical Jesus and refute the Trinity, refute Sam, see his destruction, right? That little creed bonus right there is all based on the Bible, unlike their creeds, which contradict the Bible and are inherently contradictory. They just perv it. You can share that to help the later pagan Trinitarians and others who are similar to them a little earlier wean themselves off of all this false thinking and creedal proclamation until they figure out, the creeds in the Bible. We want to try to help them. It's a hard transition, right? It's like quitting drugs all at once, right? You kind of have to ease them off, right? They're so used to the blood that the dragon's been using to make them drunk, right? Like the Bible talks about Babylon, of course, the nations, but also the people in them, keeping you guys all spiritually drunk and retarded. And so you don't even know what angels are, right? You don't even know that they're spirits. Yeah, they're like plural. So numerical, like gods, like they're called gods all throughout, even the text that Sam cites and misapplies. Exactly. So we all know angels are gods. And then you guys lie about them as both angels and gods. And so here in verse 14, right before we get back to Exodus, so we can see right there what, everybody? Actually, let's go back real quick. Let's look at the interlinear, because this is very important, or the parallel linear. This is kind of a good version they use. All right, look at this, everybody, because this directly relates to Exodus 3. Look at the description in Greek. And as to the angels, he says, the one making the angels of him wins, and the ministers of him fire flame, pyros phloga. Pyros phloga. Now, if we go to Exodus real quickly, back to our reading, just so you have it clear in mind. And we bring up the Septuagint that Sam can't read. This is the Hebrew. You can see it says basically the same thing. Look, behold, the bush was burning with fire. In the Greek, like with Hebrews 1:7, where is it? I'm gonna make it small. There it is. Look at that, right there. Sam, see how quickly I got to that, Sam? Because I'm not a retard like you who can't read Greek. Piri phlogos. And Sam, you're also ridiculous in criticizing Dr. White about Erasmian pronunciation, which you don't know. You can barely pronounce anything, and you try to make an issue out of it to take a dig at Dr. White, who knows a lot more than you on the grammatical and Greek level. So just cut it out, pal. You look stupid. And every time you pronounce Greek, you sound stupid. But he's trying to pronounce it according to a modern Greek or Greek Orthodox pronunciation. Because it's the only way Sam can try to take a dig at Dr. White over something that he's actually stupid over. Right? No, Sam can't read any of this. Okay? So don't let him fool you. Sam, there's no way you can fool me. All right? So you just make yourself look more and more ridiculous, my friend. Let me just increase that for everybody. So does everyone see that? Let me go ahead and bring up another, just so we can put them side by side, because Sam needs help, everybody. William, I'm making a public appeal. If he's not going to be able to bring it together, can someone else go through my video and quote my 8.5 hours, any part of it, okay? I don't think there's any one of you, Protestant, Catholic, or Eastern Orthodox, that can defend the destruction of Sam in that video. If you don't want to defend Sam, I understand that. Don't take up the challenge. But I don't think any of you can. Even if you agree with him on the doctrine, I think his presentation is so destroyed, you would have to re-argue it if you were going to take up the issue, right? So, 1:7, right? So, Sam, I want you to pay close attention because you're stupid and you don't know Greek. You don't know Hebrew. You barely know English, okay? And if you want to play that game, I will hammer you. Well, I already have. You don't even know the videos I've done. It's embarrassing. Okay, so to further Sam's humiliation, which isn't really a big deal because it's easy. All right, but because he's going after me, I'm going to make sure that you all understand he's a joke, okay? We give him credit for his apologetic cleverness and experience. Grammatically, English, Hebrew, Greek, no. Okay, call it a day, Sam. Nope. You're not even qualified to be talking about me, let alone the subject of Bible translation. All right, so does everybody see that? Does everybody see right here? I just made them parallel. So over here on the left side, you've got Exodus 3:2, all in Greek, because I'm a retard who doesn't know Greek. So somehow I found it though, okay? In like 1 second, if that. Whereas Sam would be like, Erasmian pronunciation, Dr. White, pathetic. So everybody, can you see what I'm showing you? I know you can, unless, again, remember, I'm dealing with Sam, so I have to really dumb this down because he might not even watch it. So I have to make sure other people understand it and hopefully communicate it to him correctly. So I got to really take my time, okay? And it still won't matter because it's a humiliation for him not to listen to me before replying. So at this point, Sam, none of your replies are credible. They're all garbage. You even said it yourself because you attack me and other people in every single one of them. But besides that, you haven't even watched my video, so there is no reply. It hasn't even happened yet. You haven't even listened to the video to reply to it yet, and yet you're replying. Humiliation. Everybody look. Look at what Sam won't show you because he's a Bible pervert. In the Septuagint Greek of Exodus 3:2, the account we read a moment ago in the English, it says, look at even further over, right here. See, Sam, because I'm a retard who doesn't know Greek, I'm going to go ahead and read the Greek and translate it, okay? All right, I want to see if you can handle this. Well, you might not even be watching, although we know he is watching, but he'll pretend like he's not watching. So what's the point? To him, right, it's talking about from verse 1. Ophe, de, auto, angelos kyriou, in piri, phlogas ek tu batu. What does that mean? Sam, I need your help. Can you help me? Actually, no, I don't. I don't want to be confused and look like a retard. But appeared to him an angel of Lord in fiery flame out of the bush. Okay, so it's very clear who we're talking about. This is an angel. It does not use the Greek article. I can tell you that because I can actually read Greek and tell you what it says. Because I study it and have for over 3 decades, 3.5 very seriously, formally and informally, and at high levels, as I mentioned earlier. And yet Sam just can't help himself, can he? All right, Sam. So right there we have an angel of the Lord, not the angel of the Lord, but it doesn't matter because, again, that's just your perv. Outside of that, though, we have an angel of the Lord, an angel, let's highlight that, angel of the Lord in fiery flame. Exactly. And what did Hebrews say? Yeah. Here's what it said, Sam. The angels, this is one of those angels, Sam, right? It's just when they use a plural, Sam, there's just more than one. And when they use a singular, right, it's just more than one. It's just one, not more than one. You and your plurals and Bowman with your plurals and singular, which we refuted, are just retarded. Nothing in the Bible says, well, when we use a plural for gods, that's different. And so if one of those individual sons of God who are called collectively God's plural is called God in the singular, oh, that's different. No, it's not. We showed that from Judges 13, which you perved out on and haven't even watched, and other texts. But either way, right here, we have an angel of the Lord in a fiery flame. Hebrews 1:7, his angels, Sam, right there, autou. How do I even know what that says? Oh, well, I guess you could argue that I'm looking at the transliteration, but I'm not, okay? Right, so either way, never mind, because it does show that, so he could always say that. But what I'm pointing out is, of him, the angels of him, his angels, angel of the Lord on the left, the Lord's angel, his angels. Even Sam, in his total destruction at the hands of Lady True and himself, and then by me, in my 8.5-hour video on Revelation 22:16. Separate clip coming on that. Oh, that's one for eternity. Sam argues in Revelation 22:16 that when it says, my angel, that's the same as being the angel of the Lord, which he admitted it wasn't, but then lied that it was, only to create a new category. In addition to the created category of uncreated eternal angel, now we have a created non-eternal angel of the Lord. So there's two types of angel of the Lord, but he tried to use it to answer Lady True and embarrassed himself. Full humiliation and dishonesty, right? I mean, that was really bad, Sam. Nevertheless, he used that to show that the possessive, my angel, is the same thing as angel of the Lord. And it is. That's what we've been telling him. He's crazy. He's got you guys worshiping angels. He's insane. But you guys already do that, so you guys belong together. Either way. So we have the possessive, Hebrews 1:7 on the right, the angels of him. Exodus 3:2, angel of the Lord, angel of him, if we use a pronoun. Angel of the Lord in fiery flame, pyriflagos. The angels of him, pyrosflaga. The exact same words again, Sam. How are all these exact same words for angels appearing again and again for someone who's totally different from them as an uncreated angel? So we have an uncreated angel who's an eternal person of a Trinity in Exodus 3:2, left side. And then we have created angels who aren't eternal on the right side, described in the exact same nature, metaphysical terms. Not just as spirits, flames of fire. Okay? Well, let's take a look at Hebrews 14. Now that that's clear. Something Sam didn't show any of you, and I didn't highlight the way I just did. I'll highlight it again Thursday. 1:14. Not all, are they? Are they not all? It's a question. All, Pontes, that term they always lie about and say there's no exception and then make exceptions all over the place and lie. Colossians 1:23, crazy stuff. Exceptions stated right in the text. Colossians 1, Revelation 5, call their bluff. It's over. 8.5-hour video. Sam didn't even watch it. Total destruction. Total destruction of the Trinitarian argument in Revelation 5, in addition to my whole video about that, and Sam isn't even watching them. Game over, pal. William, we need your help to help Sam. Are they not all ministering spirits? Just like verse 7. All of them, Sam. Do you understand all? Okay, can you comprehend that, Sam? Assuming you're watching this, which you are, but you can pretend later you didn't. It's still all, Sam. You can ignore it all you want. They're all ministering spirits for service. That's it, Sam. So you're lying to everybody. It's very clear these angels are ministering spirits, all of them flames of fire, just like the angel in Exodus 3, the angel of the Lord, Sam. All right, so now let's go so we can all follow together. We don't want Sam to have to try to figure out the Greek, and most of you probably aren't as familiar. But either way, for Sam's sake, we don't want to push his limits, right? Well, let's go to that big view again. No, I guess we'll just stay like this. All right, then we'll go to the Greek again if we have to. So we know for a fact there's an angel here. We know for a fact in Exodus 3, everybody, this is an angel. It says that right here. There the angel of the Lord, bankrupt representation, appeared to Moses in flames of fire. We just looked at the Greek, and it's exactly the same terms used of the created angels, who are all angels. That's also in the Greek of Hebrews 1, 7, 14. So they're all created flames of fire. That's what the Bible teaches. There's no way to get out of it except lie and ignore what it teaches. But let's go further. Appeared to him in flames of fire from within a bush. Moses saw that though the bush was on fire, it didn't burn up. Verse 3. So Moses thought, I will go over and see this strange sight, why the bush does not burn up. When the Lord, morally bankrupt representation of the divine name right there, when Yahweh saw he had gone over to look, God called to him from within the bush, Moses, Moses. And Moses said, Here I am. Verse 5, Do not come any closer, God said. Take off your sandals, for the place we are standing is holy ground. Just like in Joshua 5, which I pointed out for years, decades, the angel of Jah is right there, the prince of the army. Michael is the great prince of Israel. I'm not talking about God as the prince of his army. Sam is insane, but he doesn't have any choice, everybody. This is all they can do. This angel is either uncreated and a member of the Trinity, or their doctrine's finished. And we already know what the answer to that question is. But let's go further. So we have that same angel, I believe, or at least one like it, and they're at ground that's similar. Right? It's possible it could be a different angel. This is the same way they treat people who are approaching holy ground. But anyway, then he said, I am the God of your father. Okay, like we've been showing in all of our angel text reviews, they speak for and as God. Even the angel in Revelation 22 is doing that. But when John starts worshiping him as an angel, and that's exactly what it says, Sam is a liar and pretends it's not saying that, and then tries to use it to prove something totally different, when it actually proves our point. You're not supposed to worship angels, you pervert. You're supposed to worship God through the angel, which is exactly what that angel tells John in Revelation 22 and 19. So that's what's happening right here. The angel is appearing in the bush. And God is speaking through that angel. Does everyone not believe that? Or does everyone think, well, we already know this is an angel. Angels are created spirits, flames of fire. It's an angel who's created, like in Hebrews 1:7, in a flame of fire, Hebrews 1:14, 7:14. So there's no reason not to see this from a biblical perspective as one of those angels. It's here speaking to Moses as a public servant. But because it's talking like God and starts saying the things God wants it to say from the first person, just like the angel in Revelation 22, by the way, look, I am coming quickly, both times. He's speaking for Jesus and God, just like right here. Trinitarians can't come. If they accept that and recognize how the Bible speaks and the angels speak for God, they'll be us. Then their doctrine's over. It's game over. They're us. So it's either deny the Bible and lie about it, that this is some uncreated member of a Trinity that no one even knew about, and that isn't speaking for God, even though Hebrews 1 tells us that's exactly what they all do. They all are created and sent forth to serve him. It's what's happening right here. Even described in the same terms, flame of fire, angel. No, but because of the Trinity, we have to reinterpret this as an uncreated angel who's actually God as a member of a Trinity. And that's why it's talking like God, right? That's what they believe. There's nothing in the Bible or during the time of the Bible, culture and history, since Sam is now all of a sudden so sensitive to it, which he is not. There's nothing culturally and historically about the Trinity or interpreting this as an uncreated angel during the time when these things occurred, or even through the New Testament. Let's go to the book of Acts, just to prove that. Book of Acts, we're actually almost done, everyone, just a little bit more. We already destroyed Sam again on another point, so he's not qualified, and it's basically over. If we can't restore him to normalcy, it's over. And we'll just keep destroying him and not take him seriously on any debate level again. Sam, if you're not fit for debate or even to watch a video, then you shouldn't be getting involved and acting like a complete fool. Embarrassing yourself, humiliating yourself by replying to something you haven't heard, both on the personal attacks and on the text, Judge 13. It's incredible. You're doing it on all this stuff. I literally have people from your channel who are so blind and pathetic. They come here and post after your stupid little parts, and say, oh, he just responded to your 8.5 video. Guess what? He hasn't even watched it yet. So you're humiliating yourself and you're humiliating your followers. And if William doesn't do something, if the brethren don't rebuke you and shut you up and do something to get you back in line, you're humiliating all of them too. Oh, yeah. I don't care what you say or do. It's obvious. Anyone who sees this can tell. Anyone who watches my 8.5 hour destruction of Sam knows there's no recovery. That's why I'm opening it up. Anyone take a crack. Show my clip, what I said, my argument against Sam. Where am I wrong? I don't think you can do it. And if you try to do it, I'm going to go through it and I'm going to respond to you. And we're going to find out if you're lying, like Sam. Acts chapter 7. Let's go to 30 through 33. And having passed 40 years, verse 30, to him in the wilderness of Sinai appeared an angel. Just says angel. It doesn't say his angel, angel of the Lord. It's talking about the angel we just read about in Exodus 3, appearing to Moses in a flame of fire. See, again, phlogi, pyros. Same as in Hebrews 1, same as in Exodus 3. They're all the same. They're all the same nature. They're spirits, flames of fire, made spirits, Hebrews 1:7. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, everyone. Be right back. Sam, focus on those words. So, it's so obvious, isn't it? These are all the same angels. It even says all, by the way, as we prove from Hebrews 1. Hebrews 1:7 says, he makes his angels spirits, flames of fire. Sent forth as servants. We have Exodus 3, Acts 7, and Hebrews 1 all describing these angels the same way, referring to all angels in the same way. The only people that are referring to these angels differently are Sam and the Trinitarian heretic angel worshipers. That's it. There's nothing else historically, culturally, or contextually that would make any person believe these aren't created angels speaking for God and as God, but not God, not members of a Trinity, and not uncreated. So they're just reading their doctrine into it, as we've seen them do repeatedly, because what can they do? They have to redefine all these terms to mean something totally different. So we're very clearly seeing that the Bible doesn't require any of that. There's no need to even try to explain. Just read it. They can't do that. I can't even get Sam to watch a video. Verse 31, we're almost done. And then we'll partake, everyone, and then praise God, proclaim victory in the name of the one God the Father for giving us the opportunity to glorify him on this earth and to finally defeat the bondage of Trinitarianism, these persecutors and perverts who barely gave us a complete copy of the Bible after all these years, who suppressed it from people and brought up all these unscriptural traditions and perverted behavior and warfare to taint the Christ, acting like a dragon and a beast. Sam has not even responded to one single video in my series on Revelation 11 through 13, but he's aware of it. I know he watches it. He just can't deal with it. He's panicking. I can't even get him to watch a video on the Trinity anymore. He's breaking down. Verse 31, and Moses, having seen it, talk about the angel in the burning bush, marveled at the vision coming near then, to behold, there was the voice of the Lord. Right? So, everybody knows this is an angel serving God as a flame of fire. Hebrews 1, 7 and 14 explicitly tell us that, in case we're too stupid to figure it out through all these other accounts. It's not even possible to miss, because it literally explicitly tells you he makes his angels spirits, flames of fire. And all angels are ministering spirits. So when we see another angel, that's included in all angels, ministering as a spirit in a flame of fire, we would have to be retarded or so committed to something against the Bible that we just don't accept what it says. Like one God the Father. Just accept what it says. We don't need just to go insane with later theology and redefine it to mean anything else. Some people do. Let's see if there's anything further in verse 32. I am the sea, so the angel once again speaking as God, like we read from the account in Exodus 3. Everybody knows this is what angels do. They're all created spirits, flames of fire sent forth to serve. These are not persons of a trinity. There's nothing in here that in any way indicates that. That's later Trinitarian theology. So let's go back and finish our reading in Exodus 3, and then we're done, and we'll partake. I'll be back tomorrow for part 2.1 of my Read and Refute Bible and the Trinity and Conflict series against Athanasius, the great dragon heretic who championed paganism and false doctrine, which we're exposing. Just like I've exposed Sam, we're actually going through all the great heretics' works. Like reading them online. You can read them with us. And instead of being like Sam and avoiding everything I'm responding to like a pervert, I'm going to actually deal directly with it so you can see exactly what I'm doing and not lying and running away like someone who just got destroyed and who wants to get away because they can't do anything else, so they don't even watch what they're supposed to watch and stay and finish the debate. Right? It's embarrassing, Sam. Check yourself. William, help your man. Help your boy, William. He's going down, right? Sam isn't looking so good right now. All right. Oh, yeah, let's just go back to the full deal and read off, because we don't need to microanalyze much after this. Right, so we stopped at this point, went to Acts to show clearly it's all the same stuff. Old New Testament, angels speak for God. Doesn't have to say his angel or angel Lord, just says an angel appeared to him in the bush, just like it says right here. Here in the NIV, at least, it says the angel. Let's see what it says real quickly. Did it say? Oh no, it didn't say that. We read that in the Greek. It didn't say. Didn't use the Greek article, but it's translated in the Hebrew, so maybe it does. But it's not significant. It does say the angel of the Lord in verse 2, but in Acts, the quotation from this account, it didn't. So it obviously wasn't significant for the New Testament writers to preserve some special description in order to make it clear who they're talking about, as if there's like a special angel who doesn't fit in the category of all angels in Hebrews 1, 7, and 14. Unbelievable stuff. So the angel declares who it's representing, right? Only a pervert or a retard could fail to see this, or dishonest, and any of those could apply to Sam, or all. Verse 7, the Lord said, I've indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. Right? So he goes on to describe. There's not much here in the way of our specific discussion. But he goes down, he says, now go, although some might be relevant later, right? So it's clear that you understand that this angel in the bush, this angel appearing to Moses as a flame of fire, but speaking for God like angels do, right? It's talking from the first person because it's speaking for God, and it's actually, that's how they all speak. And this angel's leading them and supposed to be speaking for God. He's speaking God's words. Even later, when it's officially appointed, God says he's speaking his words. So that's what it proceeds to do, both from referencing the type of who he's representing. He's letting Moses know who he's talking for. Anyone who doesn't understand the function of an angel in this purpose, read Hebrews 1, 7, and 14 again, and stop worshiping them, okay? He goes on to describe how he's sending him to Pharaoh to bring his people out of Egypt. This will be relevant later because, as we know, this same angel is with the people in the wilderness. And that's what Jude is talking about. So Sam's a pervert who doesn't understand, right? Because he believes it's this uncreated Jehovah angel, this Trinity angel. But that's not anywhere in the history and culture or thought of these texts. He's just adding that. These texts, as we just show, Judeo-Christian belief, biblical, is that he makes his angels spirits, right? Flames of fire. And it's not talking about appointing, because he's talking about what he makes appointed angels. He makes them spirits, right? Flames of fire, that's their nature, according to Jesus, right? What's born from flesh is flesh, what's born from spirit is spirit. We already all know that, but Sam and the other Trinitarians, they have problems, okay? So I had to go over that again. And then all angels are ministering spirits. They're not conjoined spirits, they're individual spirits. And so there's no way any angel could be God. If you keep worshiping any angel, you're a heretic according to Colossians 2:18, which speaks of the worship of angels. Doesn't differentiate between singular and plural, Sam. You're an angel worshiper. And even you, Sam, might be a multiple angel worshiper because you seem to believe it's possible all three could be angels. But either way, please stop worshiping angels as God. John and the account in Revelation 22 explicitly tells you not to do that. And Sam is misusing that account to try to get you to do that. I don't know how you guys can't see it. And then the angel goes on to speak all those words we all know about, that we've talked about, and that don't relate to this issue of angels, right? I've already talked about Exodus 3:14 ad infinitum in terms of my writings, videos, and debates. But my name forever, right? So this is not something to change, even though these perverts change it right here, right? Literally in the very text, Exodus 3:15, where God says, "This is my name forever," right? They replaced the name with a substitute. And it wasn't just there either. It's pathetic. So he goes on to describe, right, nothing angels here. Nothing angels here. And nothing angels here. So, other than it's speaking for God, right? So we all can see that. But other than the fact that it's presented as an angel as a flame of fire, it's in the flame of fire. Hebrews 1:7 says he makes his angel spirits flames of fire. So we already know that when they appear in a flame of fire, that's them as a spirit. And they're all sent forth as ministering spirits, just like that angel in the flame of fire, all texts using the same descriptive terms and not qualifying it as anything else. Angels speak for and as God. That's how you interpret the Bible, by showing how angels actually function in their created service. Every angel's created, every angel's sent forth to serve as a created spirit. It's not only talking about created spirits. Well, it is, but there's no exception to that, right? Sam wants to say, well, it's only talking about created spirits. And by that he means, well, this other angel, I don't consider that a created spirit. So it's not talking about it. No, that's you excluding an angel that it doesn't exclude, you pervert. That's why Sam's not honest, everybody. We already knew this, but we're going with it. I just didn't expect him to be so blatantly dishonest. I guess I should have, but it's hard to deal with when someone won't even watch your video, lies about your arguments, tries to compete with your live stream, and then mocks your number of followers, even though The number of people he mocked, it was 20 in the clip I played, but in the other part of the video, 2 is the master's number. 2 or more. This pervert mocked the master. He's not only mocking the master, he's mocking the archangel, the master as the archangel. He's saying God's firstborn, a created archangel, isn't good enough, even though Revelation 5 says a slaughtered lamb is good enough. Why? Same reason Philippians 2 says he died faithful. That's it. And they don't even see that. And so they don't even recognize that it's okay to give a creature the appropriate honor, like in 1 Chronicles 29:20, alongside God, in the exact same words by the exact same people with no differentiation, other than one of them is not God. And so, unless you're retarded, you can't make the connection. You should be able to make the connection. But we're dealing with Trinitarians who are dishonest, possibly retarded, certainly spiritually, and doctrinally, they're gone. We have exposed the theology and history of these pagans, the pre-Catholic pagan Christian apologists, and we're still going through them, but we're going to get to many of the really whacked out ones, and ones who are kind of in the middle, but still, you don't rely on them unless you're unless you're a flat earther or another, person who doesn't follow the Bible, like Trinitarians. So, there's no question the angel in Exodus 3 in the burning bush is not God. It's a made spirit. It's one of God's spirits that he makes, one of his angels, he makes a spirit, because they're all sent forth for public service. They're made spirits, flames of fire. They all said that. All accounts agree that's an angel and not God. It speaks for God. Our view has been validated and vindicated as from God. The Trinitarian position has nothing to do with the God of the Bible. Sam Shamoon has nothing to do with the God of the Bible. That should be obvious from a number of things he does or says, but just keeping it with theology for a moment. If Sam does not re-enter the discussion and show that he has the ability to actually listen to something before he replies, then he and every single person who supports him is a humiliation, according to Proverbs 18:13, in addition to all the other reasons. But this one, this is it, Sam. You either stop this right now and actually prove you have watched my 8.5-hour video. You can break it up. You can show us in segments of an hour or more. I don't care. I just want to know you're actually capable of engaging me and responding to me like I am you. If you're not, then I gave you too much credit in terms of what I thought you could do. I still view you as the number one apologist in terms of overall experience and, ability to deal with things. You definitely don't have the knowledge. That's a fact. You don't have the emotional fortitude. You don't have the character. You just have that. But if even in having that, you can't even watch my videos, then you are a humiliation beyond any reason to deal with, right? There's no reason to even proceed further, except for as we're going to do at the Trinity Exposed live show starting this Thursday. Actually, the first part was last week, but the official show series be part 2 of my total refutation of all Trinitarian angel worshipers, among whom Sam is foremost, preeminent. That means you're a part of it, Sam, and even if you're preeminent. So I appreciate and thank all of you for joining me for this first part of our new series every Saturday, unless we have a change in schedule. Subscribe, hit the notifications, I'll let you know. First part of our new series, the Angels of Jah in Exodus. We'll do part 2 next week, where we'll talk about a lot of good stuff, right? We get into Exodus 4, 5, and 6. So you definitely want to be a part of that. I think it's very clear who the angel of Jah is here. He's a created spirit, flame of fire, speaking for God. Real simple. We don't need any later stuff or retardedness, ridiculous theology you can't defend to interpret the simple statements of the Bible, even having to do with metaphysical beings, because we just follow the Bible. We don't need a special interpretation from later writers after the Bible. And we certainly don't need it from Sam Shamoon, who can't even stomach watching a video that he's supposed to be responding to. Let me just take a quick look at your questions or comments. See if Sam went crazy anywhere. Right, HWD71. They're not interchangeable. One is speaking for the other. I just explained that to you. Neither you nor Sam listen. You're bringing up Judges 13 again, and you're not listening. I did a whole response on that Sam didn't even listen to. It calls him a god. We're not reading this in light of Trinitarianism, HWD71. You are. So the angel speaks for and as God. But it's a created angel. I just proved that to you. Didn't you listen or watch? I don't think you guys listen or watch anything. So we're just going to remove you, HWD71. You provided no contributions of any relevance, and you didn't listen. You're probably just Sam Shamoon, because that's all he does. We literally just proved to you, and have proven to Sam numerous times, he just doesn't watch it. The Bible teaches God's angels are created spirits, flames of fire. We just proved to you the angel in Exodus 3, burning bush, is an angel, a created spirit, flame of fire. Exact same words were used. And we just proved to you that they're all angels sent forth for public service as spirits. Plural, meaning they're not conjoined. They're individual spirits, gods. Psalm 97:7, Psalm 8:5, and many other texts, Psalm 82. So you're just a pervert like Sam who doesn't listen, okay? You're not listening, and instead you're just repeating texts we already know and have done whole videos on. So you need to spend some time and go through the channel list. If you can't do that, you shouldn't be involved. You're not qualified. You're like Sam, you're not listening. So anyone who comes to my channel, if you haven't demonstrated you've watched my videos that you're commenting on, or what we presented that shows you're wrong in failing to understand all angels in the Bible are created spirits of God, none of them are God, HWD71. None of them are consubstantial with God. They're angels who speak for him. Yeah, I know it's a hard concept to understand how someone can actually speak like they're him, but that's why I referenced the account in Revelation 22, HWD71. Were you paying attention to that or not listening then too? Can you not see, like I showed Sam who couldn't see, that you have an angel right there speaking for God or Jesus saying, I am coming quickly. The reward I give is with me. That's not an angel unless you're worshiping that angel too, who just told you not to do that by telling John not to do that and worship God. So if that very angel who's speaking for God in Revelation 22, HWD 71, Sam, if that very angel is speaking for God, just like the text in Judges 13 and elsewhere speak for God, Exodus 3, we just read it. If that angel tells you stop worshiping him as an uncreated angel, as a member of the Trinity, you're a pervert. Worship God, whom he's not, even though he's speaking as him from the first person. Are you blind? Then what is it you don't understand? It's not about you not understanding. You don't believe the Bible. If you're a Trinitarian, you can't believe the Bible, because the Bible and the Trinity are in conflict. And Sam Shamoon can't help you with any of it. In fact, he's proven you guys are screwed. You guys can't deal with any of it. HWD71 can't even figure out that speaking for God doesn't make you God. Well, once you read Revelation 22, HWD71, come back under another name and explain how that angel can speak for God or Jesus, whom you say is God, and then tell John not to worship it as God. Because that invalidates your whole point. That invalidated Sam's whole point, my 8.5 hour plus destruction of his whole video. in saying that angels who speak as God are God in the Old Testament. You guys don't listen, you don't learn, and that's why you're dishonest perverts. You've had your time. You've been on the side of the dragon persecuting the seed of the woman for over 1,600 years. The game is over. You have lost, we have won, and we are the champions of biblical theology. It has happened, everyone. Sam has quit. He couldn't even watch it. I'll give William a little time, just like Jesus gave that pathetic prostitute Jezebel in Revelation a little time to repent. You perverts get a little time. Just like Jesus is giving, the Master's giving that pervert Jezebel a little time to repent. We're going to give you perverts a little time here. And then just like he did with that perverted woman, we're going to knock you out spiritually. We're going to put you on a stretcher, which is what the Greek of that text means, Sam. One day you might figure that out. Either way, you've been knocked out. You're so knocked out, you don't want to even come back to hear what you then claim you're responding to. Prove explicitly that according to the Bible, the document you don't believe, you're a humiliation, my friend. Proverbs 18:13. And so is every single person who listens to you. And you guys have no chance of justifying your doctrine using just the biblical text. So I'll see everyone who wants to be here tomorrow. We've got some perverts down hitting all these laughing emojis because remember, these are clowns, everybody. Sam and his team of losers are idiots. They're literally offensive perverts that we gave this chance to. Just like Jesus gave Jezebel a chance to repent, that's what this is. We're giving perverts a chance, just like Jesus gave that prostitute a chance to repent. And they can't. We can't even get them to watch a video. The dragon has made them so pathetic, they're losing all their political power as well. So they can't even persecute us into submission. All we had to do was knock out one idiot. And that's exactly what we did. Give you a little chance, a little time to redeem yourself, William. I like you, but if you defend Sam after this, and you and the brethren don't counsel him and rebuke him for humiliating himself and you in connection with this issue when he's supposed to be defending the Orthodox faith, it's game over, buddy. Victory has come much sooner than I expected, and I'll take it. I'll see you all tomorrow as we continue to glorify one God the Father and the firstborn of all creation, the Master, Jesus. We'll be back tomorrow to totally destroy further Athanasius on the incarnation, and we'll continue to uproot the source of this perverted theology, or close to it, much of it, and try to give these people a chance to repent like the prostitute Jezebel. Until then, may Jah bless you in Jesus' name.